Sit back and enjoy an hour of fascinating facts you didn't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. This is a normal day in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh. It's known as one of the most densely populated cities in the world, with more than 22 million inhabitants in its metropolitan area. The city's roads are constantly clogged with cars, creating daily traffic jams that frustrate its residents. Urban congestion is a major problem for this megacity. The firefall phenomenon occurs in Yosemite National Park in California and is known for its stunning visual effect. It can be seen at Horsedale Fall, where the setting sunlight creates the illusion of a glowing waterfall of fire. This natural spectacle happens once a year, usually in February. Certain conditions must be met. There needs to be enough water flowing, the sky must be clear, and the sunlight must hit at the perfect angle. When everything aligns, the waterfall appears to be burning. Wally Wafis is a content creator known for his extreme food challenges. One of his most viral challenges was consuming 100 liters of strawberries in less than 12 hours. He has also carried out similar tests with foods such as marshmallows, potato chips, chilies, and milk. Despite his popularity, the reasons behind these challenges remain unknown. In January 2021, a 4-year-old girl named Lily Wilder made an incredible discovery in Bendrix Bay, Wales. While walking with her family, she found a perfectly preserved dinosaur footprint. Paleontologists estimate that the print is around 220 million years old and belonged to a bipedal dinosaur. This finding has been classified as one of the best preserved specimens ever found in the United Kingdom. These are known as prehensile feet. They are a kind of genetic inheritance from our ancestral relatives, in this case, apes. This trait appears in very few humans and with different characteristics. The Bride's Waterfall, located in Cajamarca, Peru, gets its name from its peculiar shape, which resembles a woman in a wedding dress. At over 50 meters high, this impressive waterfall is a unique natural spectacle. The best time to visit is between December and May, when its flow reaches its maximum splendor. The ayam cemeni chicken, native to Indonesia, is famous for its completely black color. Its feathers, beak, comb, legs, organs, and even bones share this unique tone. This characteristic is caused by a genetic condition called fibromelanosis, which produces hyperpigmentation. Considered the most pigmented animal in the world, its bluish-black appearance fascinates everyone who sees it. Sridhar Chillal, originally from India, held the world record for the longest fingernails on his left hand for 66 years. In 2018, he decided to cut them and donate them to the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. His nails reached almost 200 centimeters in length and were classified as the largest in the world. The rubber hand illusion temporarily alters the perception of the human body in healthy individuals. It makes a person feel as though a rubber hand is part of their own body. This is achieved by hiding the real hand and simultaneously touching both the visible rubber hand and the hidden one in matching spots. After a few minutes, the participant begins to feel that the rubber hand belongs to them. This phenomenon is used to study sensory plasticity and body awareness. In Sweden, culinary creativity is reflected in pizzas with unusual toppings like banana and kiwi. These combinations challenge traditional flavors and add an exotic touch to the gastronomic experience. Although they may be surprising, they are popular in some local pizzerias. This is what the third eyelid of birds looks like. It's a physiological feature found in certain animals, such as reptiles, birds, and some mammals. You probably haven't noticed it because it's not visible most of the time. This membrane protects the animal's eyes from dust and debris. Thanks to it, falcons don't need to close their eyes completely and can fly at speeds of up to 280 kilometers per hour. Fake belly button stickers are a trend in China. People stick them a little higher than their real belly button to make their legs look longer. The Psychotria alata, known as the kiss flower, is a tropical plant in the family Rubiaceae. It is native to Central America and South America in countries like Colombia, Panama, and Ecuador. Its bright red bracts that look like human lips attract pollinators such as hummingbirds and butterflies. This plant grows in areas of high humidity and shade typical of tropical rainforests. However, deforestation and overexploitation have affected its population. It is currently in danger of extinction. Since the 1980s, the coasts of Finistère in France have received Garfield-shaped telephones due to a container that sank in a sea cave. This container, which was trapped after a storm, slowly releases the phones into the sea. The world's heaviest strawberry was harvested in Israel by farmer Chahi Ariel in February of 2021. It weighed 289 grams, an exceptional size compared to average strawberries, which usually weigh around 15 grams. This fruit belongs to the Elan variety, known for its growth capacity. The unusually cold weather conditions allowed for its slow development and its large size. A team of students from Utah State University created a wall-climbing machine called Ascending Aegis, based on an adapted vacuum cleaner. It runs on a battery that lasts about 30 minutes and uses two vacuum pads that create a hermetic seal when pressed against vertical surfaces. The vacuum suction reinforces the adherence, allowing for effective scaling. In this time lapse, we can see how a woman's body changes during pregnancy. In these recordings, the growth of the belly and other bodily changes are documented week by week. Did you know that there is a contest to choose the world's ugliest dog? It is held every year at the end of June in California, in the United States, as part of the Sonoma Marin Fair. Since 1970, the owner of the pet that wins the title of the world's ugliest dog receives a trophy, $500, and an all-expenses-paid trip to New York City. Iron is essential for health as it aids in the production of hemoglobin and myoglobin, transporting oxygen in the body. Many cereals are fortified with this mineral to meet daily needs. Although iron is ferromagnetic, most cereals contain non-metallic chemical forms, making it difficult for them to be attracted by a magnet. In some cases, if the amount of metallic iron is high, it could be detected with a magnet. Its consumption is safe and necessary for growth and development. Snowflakes fall at an average speed of 2.4 kilometers per hour, descending gently from the clouds. Their journey to the ground can last between 45 minutes and 1 hour, depending on factors such as wind and temperature. Each flake has a unique structure and forms around a tiny particle in the air. As it descends, its shape is molded by humidity and atmospheric conditions. The sole of an elephant's foot is covered by thick, cushioned tissue. This layer of fat and connective tissue acts as a shock absorber, distributing their weight when walking. Thanks to this adaptation, their steps are surprisingly silent. Despite their large size, they can move stealthily in their environment. The metamorphosis of toads is a process in which they go from aquatic tadpoles to terrestrial adults. During this transformation, they develop hind and forelegs, lose their tail, and change their breathing system, going from gills to lungs. A cat's collarbone is not directly connected to its shoulders, but suspended in muscle. This allows them to move with great flexibility and pass through very narrow spaces. Thanks to this adaptation, they can slide through without bony restrictions. Their anatomy gives them an advantage for hunting and exploring difficult terrain. It is a unique characteristic among domestic felines. Cats have a retractable mechanism that allows them to hide and extend their claws at their convenience. This helps protect them from wear and tear and keeps them sharp for hunting, climbing, or defending themselves. When the bottom of their paw is gently pressed, their claws extend, showing their true size. Meet the Art of the Brick, the exhibition that presents the world's largest display of Lego art. This exhibit showcases a collection of more than 100 creative and inspiring pieces by renowned contemporary artist Nathan Sawaya. One of the favorite pieces is the iconic Yellow, a life-size sculpture of a man tearing open his chest with thousands of yellow Lego bricks cascading down. This is Lucas, a cardiopulmonary resuscitation device. With this robot, paramedics can standardize the quality of the resuscitation and minimize interruptions in compressions. Experiments have been carried out to analyze the preferences of ants between different cola drinks. On several occasions, they have shown a preference for a specific drink, likely due to its higher sugar content or differences in its chemical composition. Formula One drivers sit in an almost lying-down position. This is due to the design of their single-seater cars, which prioritize aerodynamics and a low center of gravity to improve performance and stability. What you're seeing on screen isn't a tsunami, but a massive formation of cirrus clouds, also called roll clouds. This occurred in the city of Cincinnati in the United States after a thunderstorm, where huge clouds appeared to roll across the sky. They form when air currents shape the vapor of the clouds into massive wave-like patterns that seem to swallow everything in their path. We all know that the salivary glands inside our cheeks are responsible for producing saliva. Have you ever wondered how much saliva your body produces per day? A healthy person produces between 0.5 and 1.5 liters of saliva per day. This means that by the time you turn 70, your body will have produced nearly 30,000 liters of saliva. These male blue mannequins might look like they're competing to impress a female, but what they're actually doing is a coordinated dance to help the alpha male succeed. Curved horned spiders are characterized by the long, curved spines on the abdomen of the females. These spines in their species vary in size and shape, often featuring bright colors such as yellow, red, or white with black patterns that help ward off predators. They belong to the Araneae family and are experts at weaving orb webs. The pink star is a 60-carat pink diamond recognized as one of the most valuable in the world. Discovered in Africa in 1999, it originally weighed 132.5 carats in the rough. Its transformation into a dazzling gem required 2 years of meticulous cutting. In 2017, it was auctioned for $71.2 million, becoming the most expensive diamond ever sold. The Technical University of Munich has 2 giant slides in its mathematics and computer science building. These not only serve to move quickly, but are also an artistic installation. Inaugurated in 2002, its parabolic curves allow sliding from the upper floors, connecting 4 levels. Although they can help students descend quickly, their main function is recreational and aesthetic. What you're seeing now is amasaiku, an ancient Japanese art that consists of sculpting figures from candy. A thick, sticky syrup called musuame is used. The artist shapes a ball of candy, then uses hands, tweezers, and scissors to craft adorable figures. Initially, the syrup is heated to about 80 degrees Celsius and must be molded quickly before it cools and hardens. Some artisans use edible inks to make the figures even more vibrant. Humpback whales hunt in groups using the bubble net technique. Several whales create spiraling bubbles to corral their prey, such as herring and krill. This tactic prevents the fish from escaping. Then they swim through the bubble net with their mouths open, capturing a large amount of food. St. Elmo's fire is a meteorological phenomenon that occurs during intense thunderstorms. It appears as a bluish or violet luminescence on metallic and pointed objects such as ship masts or antennas. This effect is due to the ionization of the air caused by strong electric fields. It was first observed on vessels on the high seas, where it acquired its name in honor of St. Elmo, the patron saint of sailors. The Scoville scale measures the spiciness of peppers according to their capsaicin concentration. The habanero pepper can reach between 100,000 and 350,000 Scoville units, being one of the spiciest in the world. In contrast, the bell pepper or sweet pepper has 0 units, as it does not contain capsaicin and is not spicy. This scale was created in 1912 by Wilbur Scoville to classify the intensity of spiciness. Other extreme peppers include the Carolina Reaper, which exceeds 2 million units. This strange organ protruding from this camel's mouth is called a dula. It is an inflatable sac inside its neck that protrudes from its mouth when it is in rut. They use it as a way to attract females. An event called Box Wars is held every year in Melbourne, Australia, at Victoria Park. It gathers hundreds of participants who make structures and armor from recycled cardboard to take part in symbolic battles. The activity promotes creativity and the use of recycled materials. Titanium is a biocompatible mineral that allows for successful integration with the human body. Its porous structure facilitates the growth of bone tissue around the implant. In addition, titanium is resistant to corrosion and compatible with surrounding tissues, which reduces the possibility of rejection. This adaptation allows for a solid and durable fixation, favoring the functionality of the implant in the human body. The hippopotamus is considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa due to its territorial and aggressive nature. Although they are herbivores, they are responsible for more human deaths on the continent than other large animals like lions or elephants. They possess impressive strength and can move quickly on land and in water. When they are young, their cute appearance contrasts with the danger they represent when they grow up. The giant water bug is one of the largest insects of its kind. It is found in America and some regions of Asia, reaching sizes greater than 10 centimeters. It is a predator that hunts fish, toads, turtles, and even ducks, using its proboscis to inject digestive enzymes. Although its bite is painful, it is not lethal to humans. Its presence is common in aquatic habitats, and it is known for its aggressiveness when hunting. Chicken eggs can come in a variety of colors, not just white and brown as commonly seen. This diversity is determined by the breed of the hen and not by its diet or lifestyle. Likewise, shell color doesn't affect the taste or nutritional value of the egg. In Kenya, the Ocean Soul organization recycles flip-flops collected from beaches and streets, transforming them into art. They have recycled hundreds of thousands of sandals a year, turning them into sculptures of giraffes, elephants, and other animals. This effort not only reduces pollution, but also supports local communities. In December 2008, an astronomical phenomenon known as a conjunction took place, where the Moon, Jupiter, and Venus aligned in the sky to form a shape resembling a smiling face. Honeybees use scents to communicate according to their state. When they are calm, they release a lemon-like aroma, reflecting tranquility in the hive. On the other hand, when they are stressed or in danger, they release an alarm pheromone that smells like banana. This pheromone serves to warn other bees about potential threats. Western and Clark's grebes, aquatic birds of the genus Echmophorus, display fascinating courtship behavior. They can run across the water for up to 20 meters, reaching speeds of 20 steps per second. This unique phenomenon defies gravity and is possible thanks to their lobed feet that create a powerful thrust. The tripod fish is a deep-sea fish that uses the elongated extensions of its pelvic and lower caudal fins to support itself on the ocean floor. It spends a large part of its life in this position, orienting itself toward the current to hunt small crustaceans and other organisms. Haruki Nakamura is a Japanese designer famous for his interactive paper toys called karakuri paper toys. These creations combine the art of kirigami with ingenious mechanisms that give them surprising motion. His work has gained great popularity for its originality and detail. Although many people have tried to replicate his designs, his creativity is difficult to match. This is how people in the past prevented their candles from burning down completely if they fell asleep. They were called automatic candle snuffers, a type of ring that closed when it reached a certain height. Dogs can wear braces, not for aesthetic reasons, but to correct functional problems such as malocclusion. This was the case with Wesley, a dog who became famous online for wearing braces due to a dental misalignment that made it hard for him to eat or close his mouth. Orthodontic treatment in dogs is usually brief, lasting only a few weeks, and is meant to improve their quality of life. Mosquito wings move at an incredible speed of around 1,000 to 1,500 times per second, producing a continuous buzz barely perceptible to the human ear. This rapid flapping gives them exceptional agility and maneuverability, essential for evading predators and finding food. The characteristic hum we hear comes directly from the vibration of their wings. Jerusalem crickets are nocturnal insects of the family Stenopelmatidae. They have a robust body, strong legs, and are adapted to digging and living underground. Their brown or gray coloration provides them with camouflage in their natural environment. They are not venomous, but they can emit an unpleasant odor and their bite can be painful. Tiger stripes are as unique as human fingerprints, with each individual having an unrepeatable pattern. These stripes exist not only on their fur but also on their skin, remaining visible even if shaved. This characteristic is key to identifying tigers, and advanced technologies such as cameras and three-dimensional modeling are used to monitor them. Pillow fights have evolved into a sport with its own league, the Pillow Fight Championship. In these bouts, participants face each other using special pillows to hit their rival. Defense allows for movements such as jumps, spins, and covering up with the hands. The fights take place in rings similar to those of boxing, following established rules. Formed about 60 million years ago through volcanic activity, the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland is famous for its hexagonal basalt columns. Legend says it was built by a giant, but in reality, these columns were formed by the rapid cooling and crystallization of lava when it met cold seawater. The F-35 Lightning II is a fighter jet developed by Lockheed Martin with advanced technology. Its F-35, the variant, has short takeoff and vertical landing capability. This is possible thanks to its lift fan system that allows it to operate in reduced spaces. Solifigi, also known as camel spiders or wind scorpions, are neither scorpions nor spiders, although they are related to both. They belong to the order Solifigi within the class Arachnida. Scarlet Deer is a narrative video game developed by Atu Games. Its most striking feature is that all the character animations were hand-embroidered before being digitized. Inspired by Slavic folklore and the artistic style of Studio Ghibli, the game offers a unique atmosphere. Furthermore, its soundtrack is performed with traditional instruments, which reinforces its artisanal aesthetic. Each embroidered frame provides an exceptional level of detail. In some places like Japan and South Korea, sweetbreads shaped like corgi butts have become popular. They're soft and fluffy, and they stand out not only for their taste, but also for their creativity. The giant squid, one of the largest and most mysterious creatures in the ocean, has enormous eyes that can reach a diameter of up to 27 centimeters. These eyes allow them to detect prey in the dark depths of the ocean and are crucial for their survival. Murat Kolak is an animal chiropractor from Germany who has gained popularity on social media. His work involves manual therapy for pets such as dogs, cats, and horses, helping them relieve muscle pain. Kolak describes himself as a chiropractor, osteopath, and healer dedicated to animal well-being. When two apples collide at 90 kilometers per hour, the impact generates significant destruction in both fruits due to the transfer of kinetic energy. The airport on the Caribbean island of St. Barth has a short runway that ends near St. Jean Beach. Airplanes make steep approaches from a nearby hill, which causes them to pass very close to the cars and sunbathers in the area. Insects have structures on their wings that break water droplets apart and at the same time create shock waves that reduce impact force. That's how they can fly even in the rain. Charles Alley, an American sprinter in veteran categories, is recognized for his outstanding athletic performance. At over 70 years old, he has set several world records in his age group, including the 200 meters with a time of 25.75 seconds. In the most remote alpine regions of Switzerland, cows can be transported by helicopter in cases of veterinary emergency. This method is used when the terrain is too difficult for traditional transport. Tensegrity is a structural principle based on the balance between compression and tension. In this type of design, the compressed bars do not touch and are connected by tension cables. This arrangement provides stability and resistance to the structures. Thanks to this principle, tensegrity chairs can support heavy weights without losing their shape. It has been applied in architecture, engineering, and furniture design. The Worthington jet is a fascinating physical phenomenon that occurs when an object impacts the surface of a liquid. As the object hits the water, it creates a cavity that rapidly closes, forming a vertical jet upward. This effect results from the interaction of forces such as surface tension and the initial impact. These are starfish larvae. As you can see, they already have their characteristic shape. They wander the ocean until they find a place to settle. Mount Thor, located in Ouiatic National Park on Baffin Island, Canada, has the longest vertical drop in the world with a height of 1,250 meters. This drop is completely vertical and at some points even has an angle of inclination of 105 degrees. On the slopes of Mount Cristallo, in the Dolomites of northern Italy, sits one of the most solitary houses in the world. Built during the First World War by Italian soldiers, this house had a strategic purpose. It served as both a refuge and an observation post to watch enemy troops from a distance. In winter, ladybugs gather in large groups to hibernate and protect themselves from extreme cold. This strategy helps them regulate their body temperature, which is crucial for their survival during this period. They can also find a mate to reproduce in the spring, ensuring the continuity of their species. The Hornical mountain range, known as the Hill of 14 Colors, is located in the province of Jujuy, Argentina. Its impressive appearance is the result of layers of minerals in different shades formed by sedimentation over millions of years. These layers took on their characteristic triangular arrangement through angled erosion. This is a work by the artist Janet Eckelman, a suspended net with words that, when interacting with sunlight, cast shadows on the ground. These installations often explore themes such as time and the ephemeral nature of life. Cork floors, boards, and wine stoppers are made using the bark of the cork oak, a sustainable and renewable resource. This tree doesn't need to be cut down, as its bark can be extracted without causing significant damage. The bark regenerates in about 9 years, although in some regions, harvesting can take place every 7 years. While you are listening to the previous fact, the planet's population increased. 100 people were born, but 40 also died. According to current estimates, about 4.3 people are born every second and 1.8 people die, resulting in a net increase of roughly 2.5 people per second worldwide. When using computers or digital screens, the blinking frequency is reduced, dropping from an average of 15 to 20 times per minute to only 5 to 7 times per minute. This can cause dry eyes and eye strain. Blinking regularly is crucial to hydrate and protect the eyes, as well as relax the brain. It is recommended to use strategies such as placing a visible note on the screen to remember this habit. Vladimir Shmondenko, known as Anatoly Powerlifter, is an elite athlete and a social media star. He's famous for his extraordinary strength, able to perform squats with over 200 kilograms and deadlifts close to 300 kilograms. Anatoly also stands out for his prank videos in gyms, where he disguises himself as characters like an old man or a janitor to surprise people. Heinz launched a product called the Heinz Packet Roller, a small device designed to squeeze out the very last drop of sauce from disposable packets. This compact gadget, which also functions as a keychain, includes a roller to flatten the packets and a cutter to open them easily. A cat's whiskers are vital hunting sensors. These hairs, called vibrissae, detect vibrations and help measure space, distance, and the texture of objects, allowing the cat to locate and catch prey in the dark. Without them, they lose their precision in hunting as they can no longer detect subtle movements. Cutting a cat's whiskers is like taking away its natural GPS. The Corebra diversa ant, native to Asia, is known for its fascinating social organization. In its colony, there are 2 types of workers: laborers and soldiers. The laborers perform daily tasks, while the larger soldiers are responsible for heavier jobs. A surprising characteristic of the soldiers is their ability to carry the smaller laborers when necessary. In some restaurants, like the roller coaster restaurant, waiters have been replaced by a roller coaster-style delivery system. Diners order their meals using a tablet, and the dishes travel along rails filled with loops and turns until they reach the table. Watching your burger perform acrobatics before it's served is part of the fun. The development of the first mechanical clocks began in Europe during the Middle Ages, around the 13th century. These clocks were primitive and were generally found in church towers. Extreme ironing is a sport that combines the household task of ironing with extreme and unusual locations. Participants take their ironing boards to places like mountains, rivers, or even underwater to perform the activity. This unusual sport was created in 1997 by Phil Shaw in Leicester, England, and has since gained international attention. Metal panels with diamond-shaped textures, known as diamond pattern, are common on trucks and other vehicles. This design has multiple practical purposes. The texture helps refract light, reducing glare caused by the sun for drivers behind. This is a photograph of the surface of Venus. It was taken by the Russian spacecraft Venera 13, which remained on the planet for 127 minutes before succumbing to its harsh conditions. If you are one of the people who dry their hands in public restroom dryers, you will stop doing it after seeing this. The American company Phone Soap shared this video in which air samples expelled by those dryers are collected, as well as an air sample with the machine turned off. The result was appalling. Observe the amount of bacteria and fungi in the sample, while there is not a single colony of bacteria in the air sample. The high-heeled shoe was first popularized in the court of Louis XIV of France in the 17th century as a symbol of status and power. Louis XIV, who stood only 1.63 meters tall, wore high heels to appear taller and more imposing. Over time, high heels transitioned from a luxury male fashion item to a feminine accessory associated with elegance and style. The Nike logo, known as the swoosh, was designed in 1971 by Carolyn Davidson, a graphic design student, for only $35. Although it initially did not impress the founders of Nike, the logo became one of the most recognizable in the world. In 1983, as a token of gratitude, Nike gave Davidson a diamond ring with the logo and a package of company shares. The world's smallest sandcastle was made on a single grain of sand by artists Vic Muniz and Marcelo Coelho. Using advanced engraving techniques, they managed to create this tiny masterpiece with incredible precision and detail. The Curie tree, also called Paulownia tomentosa, is known for its rapid growth and regeneration capacity. It can regrow up to 7 times after being cut. Its wood is resistant and light, ideal for various applications. It stands out for absorbing large amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to reduce pollution. It captures up to 10 times more carbon dioxide than other trees, improving air quality. Furthermore, its leaves enrich the soil with nutrients. Glaciers, massive bodies of ice, contain about 69% of the planet's freshwater. They form in cold regions from the accumulation of snow over long periods. Glaciers are the largest freshwater reservoir outside the oceans and play a crucial role in the global water balance. The reason why some people are more intelligent than others is the result of a combination of multiple factors such as genetics, environment, education, nutrition, and life experiences. The diversity in each person's cognitive abilities is natural, but not static. Therefore, effort and dedication are required to develop them. China has launched the world's most powerful solid-fuel rocket, Gravity 1, from a ship. Developed by the private company Orient Space, this rocket stands 30 meters tall. It can carry up to 6.5 tons into low Earth orbit or 4.2 tons into a sun-synchronous orbit. This launch marks a significant milestone for China's private space industry. In Akureyri, Iceland, the traffic lights have red lights in the shape of a heart. This initiative began after the financial crisis of 2008 to encourage positive thinking in the community. The hearts have become a symbol of optimism for residents and visitors. The idea is to remind drivers of what really matters, even in traffic. The Cloud Gate, known as the Bean of Chicago, is an iconic sculpture designed by Indian-British artist Anish Kapoor. It was inaugurated in May 2006 and quickly became one of Chicago's most beloved landmarks. With its shiny stainless steel surface, it reflects the city's surroundings in a spectacular way. The Wat Pho Sorn Keo Temple, located in Phetchabun, Thailand, is famous for its 5 white Buddha statues. These figures are placed in a meditation position on a lotus flower, creating an impressive image. Situated in a mountainous area, it is a spiritual retreat for monks. Its structure is decorated with millions of mosaic pieces, which gives it a unique appearance. Recognized for its impressive architecture and profound religious significance, it is one of the most fascinating in the world. Police in the United States use GPS darts to track vehicles involved in crimes. These devices, made by Starchase, are fired at suspicious cars and stick to them. Once attached, they send real-time GPS signals, allowing for precise tracking. This technology helps avoid high-speed chases, reducing risk for both officers and the public. Every year in Italy, a cardboard boat race is held where teams must build their boats before competing. The goal is to travel the greatest possible distance without sinking. In addition to performance in the competition, the most original design is also awarded. The race has gained popularity and attracts participants from everywhere. Cats sleep more than 70% of their lives. They can spend between 12 and 15 hours a day sleeping. This is the Hyundai Tiger, an autonomous, unmanned vehicle that can roll and walk depending on the terrain. It is designed to be a platform capable of moving in extreme and remote locations, which is why it would be useful for the exploration of Mars. It is incredible how far technology is going, and Hyundai definitely does not want to be left behind. This is the steepest and fastest urban zip line in the world. Located in Dubai, it starts from the top of the Antia Tower on Jumeirah Beach, 170 meters in the air, and ends at the Dubai Marina Mall Terrace, 1 kilometer away. Riders soar through the city at speeds of 80 kilometers per hour and a slope of 16 degrees. The views are breathtaking. In this extreme zip line, people are launched face down using a harness that gives the sensation of flying like Superman. China is the country that uses the most internet in the world. It is ahead of India and the United States with a number of 721 million users. Ethiopia is always 7 years behind. When we were starting 2020, in Ethiopia, they were in the 4th month of 2012. This is because the Ethiopian calendar calculates the Annunciation of Christ alternatively, lagging 7 years behind the Gregorian calendar. Sushi, one of Japan's most iconic dishes, originated as a fish preservation method in Southeast Asia. Instead of eating it fresh, the fish was fermented in vinegared rice for months. Over time, the process evolved in Japan, and by the 19th century, raw fish began to be served over vinegared rice, giving rise to sushi as we know it today. This is the SSC Tuatara, the fastest car in the world. It can reach 532 kilometers per hour, surpassing the previous record held by the Bugatti Chiron at 490 kilometers per hour. To prove its speed, a public test was held near Las Vegas, in the United States. The creators of this car and its driver, Oliver Wett, believe it can go even faster. Imagine how quickly you could travel in this vehicle. This park located near San Salvador features an impressive rock formation known as the Devil's Gate. This steep crack offers spectacular panoramic views of the surrounding valley and has become a popular climbing and hiking spot. Local legend says that the crack was created during an earthquake after a confrontation between two popular saints. Did you know that square watermelons exist? They're not genetically modified. Farmers place the young fruit inside a square mold made of metal and glass. After 3 or 4 days, it takes the shape of the mold and is ready to be harvested. Because of their popularity, they now come in heart and triangle shapes too. Novio Kurval is a huge residential complex located in Kudrovo, near St. Petersburg, Russia. It opened in 2015 and is home to between 18,000 and 20,000 people. It consists of 3,708 apartments, 35 entrances, and 25 floors. Its size and high population density have made it a symbol of intensive urbanization. The distribution of the building allows it to house thousands of residents in a single space. The Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate in the world. It is estimated that it can live up to 392 years. They are slow-growing creatures, so they do not reach reproductive age until 150 years old. Furthermore, they can reach 7 meters in length and weigh 1.5 tons. This is what a passport from no country looks like. The United Nations diplomatic passport grants access to multiple countries and even certain immunities. Angel Falls in Venezuela is considered the highest waterfall in the world, with a drop of 979 meters. This height is more than 10 times greater than that of the famous Niagara Falls in North America. The indigenous Pemon community lives around this area. This man spent almost 5 days sitting on a toilet. He's Jimmy Defred, a Belgian who aimed to set a new Guinness record in 2019, spending a total of 116 hours. However, Guinness World Records has not yet made it official. Defred was allowed a 5-minute break every hour to sleep or use the bathroom. And the toilet he sat on wasn't even functional. Tito Sin, a Chilean tennis player, turned 100 years old on October 12, 2024 and continues to play with passion. He discovered tennis at 18 and throughout his life, he has maintained his love for the sport. He trains whenever he can with his son or friends, with his unique style and his Federer cap. He is currently number 3 in the world in the senior category. Despite his age, he continues to demonstrate his talent and dedication in every match. This is the most square fish in the world, the yellow boxfish. It looks like a plastic container with fins, yet it's a fast and skillful hunter. Zebras have a unique stripe pattern on their coat that acts as camouflage and confuses predators. The stripes can also help regulate body temperature and act as an insect repellent by confusing flies. During the filming of the Harry Potter movies, Daniel Radcliffe broke more than 80 wands, as he had a habit of using them as if they were drumsticks. This keyboard called Matrix Vita has a small screen in the upper right corner where you can play any GIF or image you want. The bee hummingbird builds the smallest nest in the world, measuring just 2.5 centimeters in diameter, about the size of a coin. Inside, it lays 1 to 3 tiny eggs, each the size of a bean. As clumsy as it may look, this is an authentic pirate flag. Not all of them were great artists. The Japanese language uses 3 writing systems: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Each has its own rules and uses, and Japanese speakers combine all 3 in everyday writing. Perhaps you did not know that this is the correct way to close a bag of potato chips or snacks. During spring, cottonwood seeds blanket the fields with white fluff, creating a beautiful natural scene. This fluff is highly flammable, allowing for controlled burns that are quickly extinguished without harming the grass or nearby objects. The process helps control seed spread and reduce their environmental impact. Although visually stunning, it doesn't directly aid germination. Instead, it limits dispersion. The finger kendama is a miniature version of the kendama, a traditional Japanese toy. Its compact design allows it to be manipulated exclusively with the fingers, making it a unique challenge of dexterity and coordination. Like the traditional kendama, the finger kendama requires precision to perform tricks. Bernd Notsmilde, known as the Cloud Artist, is a Dutch creator who has developed a fascinating and unique technique. He uses smoke, vapor, and water particles to form short-lived clouds inside rooms. These clouds exist only briefly, and Smilde captures their beauty through photography. In these cabins, you sleep alongside hundreds of thousands of bees. They are not actually inside the cabin, but underneath it. The vibration and movement of the colony function as a type of heating that keeps the bed warm. How Ridiculous, a popular entertainment channel, designed the Katana helicopter, a machine that spins at 1,000 revolutions per minute. This device is used to slice through objects like apples, golf balls, shoes, and more, all captured in slow motion to create stunning visual content. The bald eagle is known for building the largest nests among birds. These nests, primarily built in trees, can reach impressive dimensions of up to 4 meters deep and 3 meters wide. Furthermore, they typically weigh approximately 1 ton thanks to the continuous use of additional materials each year. A zebra foal named Tira was spotted in the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya, showing dark fur with white spots. This rare case is caused by pseudomelanism, a genetic mutation that alters the normal stripe patterns of zebras. Instead of the typical stripes, its coat features unique spots and an unusual design. This sighting was the first ever recorded in the Masai Mara. This restaurant in Armenia serves the world's largest coffee and croissant, attracting the attention of both locals and tourists. The size of the cup and croissant is astonishing, creating a truly unique experience. Fishing boats, especially those designed for the high seas, are built to withstand extreme weather conditions, including storms and heavy seas. Their stability depends on robust designs with deep keels and low centers of gravity that allow them to face large waves. The NASA X-43 is an experimental unmanned aircraft developed as part of NASA's HyperX program to explore hypersonic propulsion technologies. This aircraft broke records by reaching a speed of Mach 9.6, equivalent to approximately 11,000 kilometers per hour. Although it isn't a conventional airplane, its design and performance represent a milestone in experimental aviation. The Koenigsegg Regera holds the record for reaching 400 kilometers per hour the fastest. It achieves this in just 28.81 seconds. A person blind and deaf from birth could develop their own tactile communication system, using touch to interact with the world. They could create unique patterns and signals with their hands and body through touches, pressures, and movements, establishing a personal language that allows them to send and receive information, much like a secret tactile code. This is Nose ID, a way to identify your dog with its nose print. It is intended to identify and find lost dogs. This is the largest wine barrel in the world. It is located at Heidelberg Castle in Germany. It is 271 years old and can hold 219,000 liters. It measures 7 meters wide by 8.5 meters long. Vitamin gummies are made by combining vitamins in liquid or powder form with gelatin, corn syrup, and other ingredients. The mixture is heated and poured into molds to give them shape. Afterward, they are cooled and removed from the molds. This process allows for the creation of an attractive and easy way to consume vitamins, especially for children and people with difficulty swallowing pills. Eternal flowers are natural flowers that undergo a preservation process to maintain their freshness and beauty for years without the need for water or light. This treatment replaces the sap with a solution of glycerin and other compounds that prevent dehydration and deterioration. Unlike artificial flowers, they retain their natural texture and softness. Downhill longboarding, also known as asphalt surfing, is an extreme sport that combines speed and skill. On steep descents, riders can reach speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour, depending on the terrain and conditions. This sport demands intense focus, balance, and dexterity, where even the smallest mistake can have serious consequences. Samsung is creating a series of robots that help us with household cleaning. This particular one is called Bot Handy and can load dishes into the dishwasher, set the table, pick up dirty clothes, and put away groceries. On long flights, larger airplanes have hidden compartments where the crew can rest. These spaces are located in discrete areas such as above the main cabin or behind the pilot's cockpit. They include comfortable, private beds where pilots and cabin crew can sleep during long journeys. These are lawn aerator machines. They make small holes in the ground approximately 10 centimeters deep to allow the roots to oxygenate and stay healthy. Stadiums do this a couple of times a year. The act of clapping as a form of appreciation dates back to ancient Rome, where people began striking their hands together during theatrical performances to show approval. From Roman colosseums to modern theaters and stadiums, applause remains a powerful tribute to excellence and talent, an expression of recognition and celebration around the world. The non-electric analog gate allows for automatic opening upon the passage of vehicles through a mechanical system. It works with a mobile ramp connected to levers, activated when stepped on by the vehicle. Subsequently, counterweights close the gate automatically. It is a practical device that operates without the need for electrical energy. Button football is a tabletop game from Brazil that combines the passion for soccer with a playful dynamic. Players use buttons as pieces and a small pick to strike them toward a ball, usually a 6mm die. Its simplicity and charm have made it very popular, especially in Brazil. Before a bridge is put into service, a load test is carried out to evaluate its strength and safety. This process consists of reproducing load states similar to those of the actual use of the structure. Heavy vehicles such as trucks are placed on the bridge to measure its capacity to withstand tension. The tests ensure that the design and construction comply with the required standards. The Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974 by Erno Rubik, a professor of architecture in Hungary. He designed it as an educational tool to teach his students three-dimensional design concepts. Since its invention, the cube has become a global phenomenon and is recognized as one of the most popular toys of all time. It's estimated that more than 350 million units have been sold worldwide. The Eiffel Tower illuminated at night is an iconic image that surprisingly cannot be published without permission. The monument's lights belong to the Eiffel Tower Operating Company, and by copyright rules, they are protected. Although millions of tourists visit Paris every year and break this rule, the company has not enforced the law, although it remains in effect and can be consulted on its website. This is a feeder for baby kittens. Its shape resembles that of the mother, allowing them to eat alongside their siblings, which is much less stressful than using a bottle. The chikudu, a handcrafted wooden scooter, is an essential tool for communities in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. For more than 40 years, it has helped transport heavy loads such as crops and goods. Made with strong wood and recycled tires, this vehicle stands out for its functionality and low cost. The Hupwalatalysard mani, known as the flashing tilefish, is a fish capable of rapidly changing color. This phenomenon occurs thanks to its iridophores, specialized cells that reflect light at different wavelengths. Its ability to modify its color allows it to camouflage itself and communicate with other fish. Our brain processes thousands of thoughts daily. Although the exact figure varies according to studies, it is estimated that many of these thoughts are repetitive and a large part can be negative. This phenomenon is due to an evolutionary bias that helps us identify risks and problems. This innovative backpack uses a fan with 500 LEDs to create moving images through the illusion of persistence of vision. Its technological design is striking, making it one of the most eye-catching of its kind. Ellis Tor is an internationally recognized Swedish parkour athlete. He began practicing this sport at 8 years old and has perfected his skills with years of training. Throughout his career, he has excelled in various competitions, becoming a reference in the discipline. Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the world by native speakers. More than 1 billion people use it as their mother tongue, reflecting its enormous global importance. Honey watermelons, also called yellow watermelons, have yellow or orange pulp and green skin with stripes. They are sweeter and less watery than traditional watermelons, which gives them a distinctive flavor. Their firm texture and intense sweetness make them popular among fruit lovers. They are grown in warm and sunny regions like the southern United States. Dissension, a work by Anish Kapoor, is a fascinating installation featuring a constantly swirling vortex of black water. Its design challenges perception and evokes a sense of infinity, creating a hypnotic and mysterious experience. Muhammad Abdul Mukbel Mugbel holds the world record for balancing the tallest tower of eggs in total. The Israeli artist Vika Bren is known for her innovative body painting technique in which she transforms her hand into surprising optical illusions. She uses her own skin as a canvas to create visual effects that challenge perception. Her works convert parts of the body into surreal art. Her work has gained popularity on social media, where she shares her creations and processes. This is the Diamond Head crater on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. It's the extinct cone of a volcano, and inside lie the remains of an old military fort. The Velo X3 is a recumbent bicycle created by the Human Power team in 2013. It reached a record speed of 133 kilometers per hour, becoming the fastest human-powered vehicle in the world. This achievement was possible thanks to its aerodynamic design and carbon fiber structure, which reduce wind resistance. The record was achieved by professional cyclist Sebastian Boyer. When Michelangelo finished painting the Sistine Chapel in 1512, he received compensation of 3,000 gold ducats. At that time, these coins were a valuable form of payment in Italy. According to modern estimates, the value of that sum would be around $2.9 million today. Trom Ban Dao, a Vietnamese carpenter, recreated the Tesla Cybertruck primarily out of wood. This impressive replica took 100 days of work and stands out for its attention to detail and functionality. Although built from wood, it includes a metal frame, working suspension, and battery pack. Even its tires and rims are made of wood. The Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis are dazzling light phenomena that occur at the North and South Poles, respectively. They appear when charged particles from the Sun interact with gases in the Earth's atmosphere, creating breathtaking displays of color in the sky. Giethoorn, known as the Venice of the Netherlands, is a picturesque village in Overijssel. It's famous for having no roads in its center, where canals connect the houses. Pedestrian bridges provide access to the homes, giving the town a unique charm. Car elevators and garages are becoming increasingly popular in luxurious neighborhoods across the United States. These systems save space and offer greater security for vehicles, turning into a modern trend. Their cost ranges between $1,000 and $10,000, depending on the model and features. Luis Vies, a content creator on YouTube, conducted an experiment to manufacture an extremely strong licorice rope. His objective was to test whether this rope could tow a car without breaking. To achieve this, he braided and reinforced the licorice, combining elasticity and resistance. Although the exact length of the rope is not confirmed, the experiment demonstrated the surprising durability of this material. Vies has shown that with innovation, even candies can have unexpected uses. The 1,000 Maldivian rupiah banknote issued in 2016 is considered one of the most beautiful in the world. Made of polymer, it features a design that highlights the country's marine biodiversity. This banknote pays tribute to the whale shark and the green turtle, two iconic species. Coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world, surpassed only by oil. Its enormous global demand makes it a key product in international trade. Grown in more than 70 countries, it serves as a vital economic engine for millions of people. During winter, Lake Kushiro in Hokkaido, Japan, becomes a refuge for hundreds of swans that migrate from Siberia to enjoy the hot spring areas that remain unfrozen. The sight of these elegant birds in the icy winter environment is a popular tourist attraction and a beautiful manifestation of wildlife adaptation. If all the ice in Antarctica melted, its shape would change drastically, revealing the rocky base of the continent. Studies such as the BedMap 3 project have mapped ice-free Antarctica, showing a landscape of mountains, valleys, and submerged plains. The albedo is the white layer between the peel and the segments of the orange. And although we usually remove it, it contains many nutrients, even more than the juice and segments. These spikes are designed to prevent vehicles from driving the wrong way. If a car attempts to pass in the opposite direction, the spikes puncture the tires as a safety measure. Both the platypus and the echidna lack a conventional stomach in their digestive system. The esophagus connects directly to the intestine. This evolutionary design simplifies their digestion as they do not need an organ that secretes acid to break down food. This is because they have lost the genes necessary to produce digestive enzymes and gastric acids. Recent studies have shown that approximately 33% of the fish sold in supermarkets and restaurants are mislabeled. This problem, known as species substitution, occurs globally and has been identified through DNA analysis. Although bread has been a staple food in many cultures for centuries, white bread made from refined flour was invented in ancient Rome. It was a symbol of status and wealth, as only the rich could afford the luxury of eating white bread instead of the more common whole-grain kind. On October 14, 2012, Felix Baumgartner made history by becoming the first human to break the sound barrier in free fall. As part of the Red Bull Stratos project, he jumped from a capsule located 39 kilometers above the Earth. During his descent, he reached a top speed of 1,357 kilometers per hour. The event was captured in breathtaking images, including the moment of the supersonic boom. There are fire-resistant drones, such as the Fire Drone, designed specifically for rescue and exploration missions in dangerous environments. This drone can withstand extreme temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, thanks to an advanced aerogel insulating layer that protects its electronic components. Its technology makes it an ideal tool to assist firefighters, providing key information about the surroundings before they enter high-risk areas. What you see is not a video game, it is a video of a real car. The American Rally Association equipped one of its cars with a selfie stick and a 360 camera. The moped is an innovative device developed by Augmental that allows people with disabilities to control a computer using their tongue. The device, similar to a retainer, is placed on the roof of the mouth and functions like a trackpad. Thanks to this technology, users can scroll, type, make calls, and even play games. The actor Nicolas Cage has a peculiar pyramid-shaped tomb in the St. Louis Cemetery located in New Orleans. This structure, approximately 9 feet high, was built in 2010. The Latin phrase omnia uno, which means everything from one, is inscribed in its design. Although Cage has not publicly revealed the reason for his choice, the tomb has generated curiosity among visitors. This kinetic sculpture was created by Ivan Vlach and is truly mesmerizing. Waves travel through the structure as it bends, and a reverse snap returns it to its original form. Shopping centers usually have service entrances designed to bring in large merchandise, such as furniture. These entrances are strategically hidden to maintain the aesthetic of the place. Generally, vehicles are moved at night when there are no visitors on the premises. The main difference between camels and dromedaries is the number of humps. Dromedaries have one and camels have two. In both cases, the humps are fat deposits, not water, debunking the common myth. These fat reserves help them survive harsh conditions by storing energy. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe so you don't miss more interesting content. Leave your comments and click on any of these videos. See you next time.